long time, 3 new villains came to town. There was Evilster, and there was Mean Man, and there was the Mountain King. And Mean Man said, "We need a hideout." And Evilster said, "Yeah, we're too lazy to build one though." Mountain King said, "I've got an idea." He said, "Why don't we use the heroes' hideout?" And Mean Man said, "Do you mean take it over?" He said, "Yeah, that's what I mean." Evilster said, "Oh, that's perfect. They've got computers and everything." And he said, "But how are we going to do it?" And Mean Man said, "We need a distraction. We need for all of the heroes to leave the hideout. And then we can move in." And Mountain King said, "Great idea." Meantime, at the heroes' hideout, the heroes said, the villains sure have been quiet. The villains have been very quiet. And Long John Silver said, "Yes, they have been quiet." And Diamond Snake said, "Well, we beat all of the worst villains." And Warrior said, "Yep, that's true." And just then, the phone rang. It was the villains. Long John Silver answered the phone. He said, "This is Heroes Hideout." Long John Silver speaking. "How can we help you?" And the villain said, "The weatherman has been kidnapped. You've got to go and save him. Or no one will know what the weather is." And Long John Silver said, "Never fear. We are on the job." And so he hung up the phone and he said, "The weatherman has been kidnapped." He said, "Diamond Snake, take the warrior, and this one, and go save the weatherman." Mr. Duranto, that's his name. Okay, so they ran off, leaving Knight Rider and Long John Silver to go save the weatherman. Go save the weatherman. All right. And then Long John Silver said, "Maybe we should practice our powers." Knight Rider said, "Good idea." And so they went back over here to their practice room. And then Evilster said, "I'll see if anybody's left." And so he stepped over here. He snuck into the heroes' hideout. And the heroes were not looking at him.
So the one right.
And he said, "Oh no, there's still 2 heroes. I better get back." He ran back to his friends and he said, "There's still 2 heroes in the hideout." And just then, the other heroes came running back in. Mr. Duranto and Diamond Snake and the Warrior came running back in. They say, "It was a false alarm. The weatherman is fine." And Long John Silver and Knight Rider said, "Well, that's good." And back at Villaintown, Mean Man said, "Well, now we know how long it takes for them to come back. If we make another call, most of them will leave. And we can easily defeat 1 or 2. And so Nighthawk said, okay, here we go, Mountain King.
Okay, here we go.
Make the call. The phone rang. Again, Long John Silver answered. He said, this is Hero Hideout. Long John Silver speaking. How can I help you? And the villain said, the lighthouse has been taken over. It's sending out the wrong signals. Boats are going to crash. You have to go and fix it. And Long John Silver said, never fear. We're on the job. And so, Long John Silver said, Diamond Snake, Knight Rider, Warrior, you go and fix the lighthouse. And you're going to stay here this time, Mr. Toronto. Okay, you got to go over there. Go get the lighthouse working again. There. And the villain said, now's our chance. Mean Man said, I'll pretend to be an electrician. And then they'll let me in. Okay, then you come, Mountain King. And he went to the door, quick. And he knocked. Hey, the two of you run to the door. Say, hold your horses. We're coming. They opened the door, and Mountain King said, hello, I'm the electrician. I need to look at your circuits. And Long John Silver said, our circuits are fine. And Mr. Toronto said, our circuits are too complicated for you. Our circuits are too complicated for you. And the electrician said, I'm sure I can fix it. Long John Silver said, like I said, there's nothing wrong. We have important work. Good day. And they closed the door in his face. Okay. And then, no, he just did. And Mountain King, he did. I promise. We heard it. Okay, off you go. And at Villaintown, they said, how'd it go? And Mountain King said, no luck. They wouldn't let me in. And then Mean Man said, well, I could be a plumber. And they said, good idea. Maybe they'll let you in. And so Mean Man went quickly to the door. And he knocked. And again, the two went to the door. And they opened up the door, and Mean Man said, I'm the plumber. I'm here to fix your leaky pipes. Long John Silver said, our pipes aren't leaking. And Mr. Toronto said, that's a funny hat for a plumber. And Mean Man said, well, are you going to let me in? And Long John Silver said, like I said, our pipes are fine. And they said, we have important work. And they said, goodbye. And again, they closed the door. That's right. And Mean Man went back, and he said, no luck. He said, they wouldn't let me in. Now, just then, all of the other heroes came rushing back to the lighthouse. And they said, it was another false alarm. So they all went back to their places. Yes, come up to the seats. And then, at Villaintown, they said, this is our last chance. And Evilster said, let's do a sleepy pizza. And Mean Man said, I've got the sleeping powder. Say, I've got the sleeping powder. And he put it all over the pizza. And then he said, off you go. And they said, maybe we'll follow. But they kind of hung back. So Pizza Man went to the door and knocked. You guys sit down. Sit down. And Long John Silver said, hold your horses. Hey, why? Go sit down. And they said, here's the pizza you ordered. He said, here's the pizza you ordered. And they said, we didn't order a pizza. And Mr. Toronto said, that's a funny hat for a pizza man. And then he said, well, take your pizza. And all of the heroes said, we don't need a pizza. And they said, but why don't you come in? And so all of the villains went in and they sat down right here. And they're sitting right there on the step. Look out the audience. Don't step, look out the audience. And the hero said, we insist that you eat the pizza. And they all said, but we don't want to eat that pizza. And the hero said, we insist. And so each of the villains took a piece of the sleeping pizza. You have to eat it because the hero said. And then they ate their pizza and they fell asleep. And so the heroes had conquered the villains once again and lived happily ever after.